you're still able to find things.
Today is April 23rd, 2025, and it's about 5 after 6. This is in person and via Zoom at Old Town Hall, 1111 Somerset Avenue, Dayton, Mass. This meeting is being recorded. The listing of matters are notably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. Can we please have to order?
Mark Pacheco, present.
Peter Karen present via Zoom, and Nicole Mel is off this evening. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And after the Pledge of Allegiance, I need everybody to stand for a moment of silence for two residents that we lost this week. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all. We lost two residents this week, friends of many people here in town. And one of them was Wendy Favendes, and the other one was Susan Machado. Thank you very much, guys. Bob, time to reorganize the board. I don't know if you want to table this until Nicole is here.
Sure. Motion to table reorganization of Board of Selectmen.
I want to step down and second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then we go right into scheduled appointments. 6 o'clock is Tammy Bello, the interim chair of the Board of Health. This is a review, discuss, and act, and this is for bond permit fees.
All right.
Is Tammy here?
She
Hi,
is.
Tammy.
Hello. All right.
Whenever you're ready, Kenny.
Okay. So I brought Stacy Ferry because I thought it was more appropriate for Stacy to give the animal control side of the barn permits and our office manager. So barn permits were put into effect, I want to say 8-9 years ago. In 2023, we decided to discontinue them. They were $5 at that time. They weren't worth the hassle of doing it. I still have to inspect whether we have a permit or not for the state. This past year in October, I believe, a member of the Board of Health decided that we should bring them back. For me, it was a hidden agenda for her, so that they can be inspected, which they already are inspected. I think she felt that as the Board of Health, she could go out and inspect if there was a barn permit, and that's not true. Barn permits are just a hassle. Nobody comes and gets them, and there's nothing stands behind them for me to enforce them not coming to do them. I can hand them a piece of paper, they can turn around, throw it in the circular file, and that's it. There's no fees if they don't do it, and there's nothing that I can give them a citation for, because there's no regulation saying this is what has to be done. Most towns do not do barn permits, but they do stable permits, which we do, and I believe it's in our bylaw, which says you have to have one horse or more to have a stable permit. Those, I think, are very important, because horses not only go down really fast, but most of our horse farms either board or train or do lessons or something like that, so it's very important that they are inspected. Barns, most of my stable permits have barns with them. As it says somewhere, we had 20 barn permits way back in 2023. For those 20, there's probably 30 more that never even did it. I think $25 for somebody that has 5 chickens in their backyard is outrageous. They're not gonna pay it. We had a hard enough time getting them to pay the $5, never mind the 25. And for the administrative assistant, it's paperwork, and it doesn't pay for itself either. It's paperwork and paper and sending out notices and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we decided that it just wasn't worth it. I still inspect them. They still get inspected. It's just that they don't have a piece of paper, except for what the state has. Well, I take that back. They do get a piece of paper from me saying I inspected them.
Just so you know, the annual revenue was $100,
Right.
so it wasn't much.
Is this just an update?
Not worth doing.
Not worth doing. No, see, what happened was, when they got reinstated, I had no idea they got reinstated. And how I found out is 2 people came to me and says, what's going on with the barn permits? I thought we did away with them. I says, we did. And they showed me the notice. And I says, oh, so 4 people paid, and it got deposited into the bank. And then they decided that they weren't gonna do them anymore, so they need to be reimbursed. That's why this has come up.
Is this in the purview of the Board of Health, or is this something that you would need us to vote on?
I think the reimbursement you have to vote on.
Okay. But you guys can set your own fee structures?
Yes.
Right, okay. All right, so is that the request tonight, just to reimburse those 4 individuals?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm not one of them, am I?
No, I don't
All right, so I didn't want to have a self-serving vote.
You have a stable permit, so
Okay.
that's completely different.
All right, just making sure. Perfect.
Oh, Mr. Buffington was one of those people that paid for his permit.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's great. Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Not sure if Peter does.
Yeah, no, I don't have any. Is there any discussion out with the public? Okay, this is a review, discuss, and act. So we are going to vote tonight to reimburse those 4 people who had barn permit fees paid, and that we will no longer have a barn permit fee.
I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Okay, motion made. I'm going to step down as chair and second it.
Mark Machico, aye.
Peter Karen, aye. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can get my reading on. Okay, thanks.
You don't want one, right?
Okay, next is George Nichols. from the police department. This is a review, discuss, and act. Request to appoint Special Police Officer Wilton Gray III.
Good evening, Mr. Karen.
Good evening, George.
Tonight I bring before you a Wilton F. Gray III to be appointed as a special police officer. Mr. Gray just retired recently after 31 years with the Environmental State Police on April 5th. I came very highly recommended. I went through the background check, and he's ready to do some work.
Awesome.
Currently lives in Lakeville for the past 28 years with his family. And like I said, he came highly recommended from surrounding agencies.
Okay, excellent. I don't have any questions for you, Wilton, but thank you for coming aboard. We appreciate it, and the department is well run, and you're going to be having a nice addition to it.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for joining and answering the call to service. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, this is a review, discuss, and act. So is there any more discussion out with the public?
I'll make a motion to appoint Wilton F. Gray as a special police officer for the Dayton Police Department.
Okay, I'll step down as chair and second that. No more discussion, so all those in favor?
Mark Pacheco, aye.
Peter Karen is an aye. Thank you, John.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Okay. Next is Jonathan Dale, Chairman of the Open Space Committee. Again, this is a review, discuss, and act for Open Space Committee request for a Facebook page.
So we're requesting, as other committees have come before you in the past, prior to having a Facebook page, we're requesting similar approval to have a Facebook page for open space. What we are hoping to do, besides of course posting our minutes and the things that we do, we want to be able to provide the public with information about resources for open space within the town of Dayton, for areas of open space, places they can go to. We feel that this is an opportunity to do it through this page. Also, when we're working on various projects, for example, putting together a cleanup day, we can put that on the page. Putting together any potential plans that we're working on with Circuit or other organizations as well for public review and comment. The administrative rights would be given to the open space clerk and also to the designee of, as in other committees as well, to the designee of the town administrator. So we're asking your permission to please establish a Facebook page.
Sure. Mark, I have no interest with this, do you?
No, did you have one in the past?
There may have been one a long time ago. I'm not sure if it exists or not anymore. We've tried to find out. If there was one, we haven't been able to get the information for it, so we will be establishing a new one.
Okay. No, I appreciate that you're gonna add enough folks as administrators, so if there's any attrition from your committee, it looks like the page will still move, there'll still be access to it, so that's good.
We will make sure no matter what, besides the clerk of the Open Space Committee, I won't be doing it as chair only because of my visual impairment, so it will be the clerk. Otherwise, normally, it usually is the chair. However, we will also provide any password information to the Selectmen's office so that you'll always have that same information.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, this is a review, discuss, and act. So, is there any discussion on this?
No.
Okay, Mark, is there a motion on the floor?
I'll make a motion to approve the request for a Facebook page for the Open Space Committee as presented.
Okay, motion made, and I'll step down as chair and second that. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion of that? All those in favor?
Mark Pacheco, aye.
Peter Karen is an aye. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mark, you want to do announcements?
Yes. There will be a public meeting regarding library accessibility on Thursday, April 24th, 2025 at Old Town Hall, 1111 Somerset Ave at 6:30. The library director will provide an update on the progress of the new library construction project. Jonathan Gale, the ADA coordinator, will be on hand to discuss the town's vision, for making the new library fully accessible and inclusive. This is your opportunity to help shape the Dayton Public Library for years to come. Arujo Farms, 1522 William Street, will be hosting Reese Across America, a mobile education exhibit that brings local community, veterans, active duty military, and their families together from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday, April 25th, 2025. The Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, will coordinate with the Dayton Police Department for a one-day collaborative prescription drug take-back event on Saturday, April 26, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This event provides an opportunity for the public to surrender pharmaceutical-controlled substances and other medications. The Dayton Historical Society is having a spring patio pot fundraiser on Tuesday, May 13, 2025 at 6 o'clock p.m. to be held at Arujo Farms, 1522 William Street. $50 per person includes all materials. The Dayton Historical Society is holding a plant sale on Saturday, May 17, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Winslow Davis Museum, 1217 William Street. Stop by and get your plants for your gardens. This event is rain or shine. The Dayton Lions Club Food Bank distribution will be held next on Saturday, May 17, 2025, located at the Town Hall, 979 Somerset Ave, lower level.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
The next is the first of two public inputs. Does anybody want to be heard at this time? Okay, not hearing anything, we're going to move right on to town administrator's report. Whenever you're ready, Ralph.
No, are you, did you, okay. It looked like someone may have some public input. No, oh, no, I just double checked and not at this time. So I'm gonna move ahead to the town administrator's report. Just to make the selectmen and the public aware, Selectman Pacheco requested a special selectmen's meeting to discuss some of the items that will be coming up on the upcoming annual town meeting. One of the big topics will be the enterprise fund. So on May 7th at 6 p.m. at the Council on Aging building, we will be having that special selectmen's meeting. So just to make everyone aware of that. The second, so the selectmen here present understand that when there are two selectmen present, if it is a tie vote, since it is not a majority vote, a tie vote equals a denial. The selectmen may vote to move it to the next meeting if it is a tie vote. I just want to make both of you aware of that. And just one other thing, when we get to it, the Dayton Lions Family Fun Day. When we get to that, if we could table that, they don't have all the signatures ready. At this time, so I just want to let you know. Other than that,
Okay.
that's all I have.
So we're going to table the family fun day for now?
Yes, we were informed that they don't have all their, departments haven't all signed off on it yet, so once they do that, we could bring it forward.
Okay. Thank you. Mark, do you have any selectmen's reports?
No, I just wanted to say congratulations to all of the newly elected town officials after our annual town election, including you, Selectman Karen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also, so congratulations and thank you to all the candidates who put themselves out there.
Sure, they did a great job. At this point, Mark, I'm going to ask if we take a 5-minute recess. I am in the parking lot, and I'll be right in to start with old business.
All right.
time. All right, thank you very much. Sorry about the delay from me attending. We're going to go right into old business, and this is where we're going to review, discuss, and act facilities requests. The first one is for the Boy Scout Association Troop 45G for a car wash.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yeah.
As you know, this was brought before the board several weeks ago. The issue was with the facilities, or one of the issues with the facilities fees. I want to point out to the board that for each one of these, there is no fee as listed in the fee schedule.
Okay.
So they're all outside. They're all so there's no fee. Each of the applicants had requested a fee waiver. There was no fee to waive. So.
Okay. So, Mark, is there a motion on the floor then to allow the facilities request for the Boy Scouts Association?
I'm going to make a motion to approve can I do them all in one?
Sure.
Facilities requests?
They're all printed.
Okay, I'm going to do a motion to approve the Boy Scouts Association Troop 45G Car Wash, Dayton Historical Society Annual Strawberry Festival, Tony Rosario Taunton Area Vietnam Vets Cruise Night, Dayton Lions Club Annual Cow Chip Festival, and the Dayton Historical Society Presentation Queen Elizabeth II as presented.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. I want to step down and second that motion. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Deb, you want to say something? Hi.
Hi. So, I just want to discuss that we're getting a waiver for just the Cow Chip Festival, but I wanted to ask for a full waiver of any future events. Now, I'm not sure that all of the selectmen know who the Dayton Lions are and what they have done for the community. We're a local club representing Lions Club International. We're made up mostly of the current and former Dayton residents who are dedicated to helping this community. The club's been in existence for 70 years, and over that time, we've supported the community in the sum of over $300,000, which doesn't include the monthly food bank that we fund and operate monthly. It doesn't include the $125 per month we pay for the porta-johns to be here every month. 80% of the money that we raise at any of our fundraising events stays in Dayton to support the school programs, police department requests, fire department requests. We've installed ramps for people in the community for free. The Santa ride, all the candy and everything that the Santa ride has been in effect, it's been from the Dayton Lions. And we don't want to forget that the Dayton Lions paid for and built the pavilion, and we let the community use it for free. Ed has some more details on the specific funding, but I'm requesting that the Dayton Lions are exempt from the fee completely, not just for the Cow Chip Festival.
Okay.
And we do have medical supplies if you need any.
Oh, good. I might before the meeting's over. Ed, do you have something you want to add, please?
A little bit, only because I've been a member of Dayton Lions Club as of this month, 60 years.
Wow.
I think you were 4 years old when I
think so. That's
I
right.
write on my math, okay? So, and back then, when you were 4, you really didn't care. Unless you were out front waiting for the fire truck to come
I probably was.
at Christmas. And I probably was on the back then. So at first I was a little upset, and then I thought, and I rewrote this. This was a complete pad when I started. And I rewrote it, and then I really realized that you don't know what the Lions did. Our members don't know, because we have never bragged. Mm-hmm. We've never named a building or a place after any lion. Maybe Lions Club, but no individual. So people don't know some of the things that we've really done. Like Deb said, 80% of the money we raise stays in this town. Not all clubs are like that. our club decided 70 years ago that's the way they're going to operate. Let me say that when I first joined the Lions Club, they were just finishing the ball field on School Street. I didn't get involved in the work because I wasn't a member yet. But when I did, then it's when we turned the field over to the town. Again, at no charge. And then it came a basketball court. Basketball, tennis court, and ice rink. Okay? Was built where the town hall is today. And they voted, don't want to get ahead of myself. The basketball courts and the tennis courts were a great success. The ice rink, no. Disaster. Total disaster. Being built on blacktop with a 6-inch berm and flooded by the Dayton Fire Department when a freeze was coming, only to have the sun come out, warm the blacktop, melt the ice, and we had a 6-inch swimming pool, which we had no permit for. So then they built the town hall, and they gave us a piece of land down by the police station for the next tennis courts. We filled it in with quite a bit of fill and a lot of donations from people around. We built that. So that was one of the things. Let me go on to skip. Jaws of Life. Dayton Fire Department wanted the Jaws of Life. This was something new back then. And so they came to the Lions Club only because we had a formula. We sold light bulbs door to door. We canvassed this town selling our light bulbs. So we had a formula. And members of the VFW, a lot of them were firemen. So the VFW, Dayton Fire Department, and Dayton Lions, in 2 Sundays, 4 hours each Sunday, contacted every single house in Dayton, raising money. The Santa ride, you know about. On that Santa ride, going back a little bit, in the early days, the Lions rode on the truck. Okay, due to insurance reasons and the redesigning of the trucks, nobody rides on back anymore. And so the firemen are the only ones allowed to be on the truck. We still pay for the lollipops. It's an average of $600 a year. No charge to the town. Dayton Elementary School came to our attention that Dayton Elementary School didn't have a real library. So one of our members, and I'll mention his name, was Dave Neely, who was on the school committee, says, we should have a library. Well, we started, and the trouble was, we didn't have any money. And back then, no New Englander ever took a project of this magnitude without having a little bit of cash on hand. So we went on a fundraising thing, and along with Selectman Frank Costa and the Taunton Laborers Union, they donated their time. They taught us how to lay the cement blocks. We mixed cement. And we mixed cement, and we mixed cement every weekend until that building was built. And they got a 60 by 20 foot addition on the Dayton Elementary School for their library. At a time shortly after, and that was at no charge. Street signs. Dayton was minus street signs. Some were unreadable, some were gone, some were broken. And some were on streets that just got built. The town had no money. So they approached us. Would we buy the street signs? Yes, under one condition. That you put this little decal on every sign, and we pay for these signs. Gave them to the town. No charge. There were many other projects at no charge, but I cannot report some of them because they involve personalities. We have another unique situation. We have 3 high schools. How many cities or towns have 3 high schools they got to support? Scholarships for 3 schools. No charge per town or anything, or the students. The pavilion was another thing. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Take your time.
When they had the fire here at the school, okay, this place became kind of desolate. And the veterans put up a nice park out front. And the Dandelions put that gazebo out there. No charge. A group of women, mothers in Dayton, approached the Lions and said, we want a playground, but we want the best. And if any of you noticed, this is the best playground around. I mean, it's used constantly. Now it's handicap accessible, but there was no charge to the town. Next project we started was the track. That track was horrible. It was cinder. We put stone dust on that track. The far end was always underwater. There were ruts. And we put with the highway department, they graded the many loads of stone dust we put there. We installed lighting for the safety of the people in town who get out there. Believe me, they're out there at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning and late at night. But those lights have been great for them. Plus, there's a warm-up station right back here, too. Then came the pavilion. One of our members had built 3 of these projects, not as pavilions, but as that type of building. The value of that was $85,000. Again, we didn't have the money, but we went for donations. And inside that pavilion, you'll see a plaque where the people in this town donated thousands, I mean thousands of dollars. Plus, businesses donated a good part of the lumber, cement, electric. The cement floor was another thing. That cement floor, Alice Souza wanted a smooth floor so that her clients and patrons could play shuffleboard. So the floor was extremely smooth, sealed, and painted shuffleboard. Guess what? They couldn't push it far enough to see it. So they settled for a tabletop one. So that's how the floor was. It really needs sealing again. But no charge. Cold weather suits for the fire department, dive suits. They didn't have any, they wanted some. We purchased 3. And one time during the winter, they took us up to Elm Street at the dam, chopped holes in the ice, and they jumped in with these suits and showed them what they did. Great thing. We bought them, no charge. Another time, there was a young man up in North Dayton who had a very severe heart attack. By the time the ambulance, it was volunteer then, got up there, the man had expired. But the police cruiser got there earliest. Had he had a defibrillator, he may have helped out, we don't know. But we made sure there was a defibrillator in every cruiser after that. At no charge. The bocce court, well, when we have these events here, you have the playground for the kids. You gotta have something to keep the adults happy. So we put the bocce courts and horseshoe pits out there, and we got the barbecue pit, so they can have a pretty good time out here. And over the course of time, we've had birthday parties, anniversary parties, weddings. baby showers, well, maybe the baby showers after the wedding, but, and one funeral. So that has been used, and it's no charge to the people in the town of Dayton. It's a place, the only place that people can gather. All you have to do is call and make sure there aren't 3 birthday parties the same day. But we don't charge the people. If people want to make a donation, yes, we'll accept it. We've never turned people down. The food pantries, you mentioned one tonight. We have 2. One is at Lincoln Village. Those people can't drive to come down here in most cases, and some of them shouldn't that are driving. So we have one up there, and we have this one, and there's no charge. The stuffies, what do they call it? For the
Sensory,
For the cruiser.
sensory animal stuffies for the cruisers
Oh, yeah.
to take with them on calls.
We bought those at no charge. Then the cameras. The police department approached us, they wanted cameras. We bought 2, the company donated 1 more. So they were put up for the benefit of the town and the benefit of the police department, but again, no charge. So I don't know how many times I've mentioned no charge, but quite a few. So the only thing that I did say, if you don't feel as though the Lions Club should be exempt, and if you want to charge the $75, please, don't make the bill out to the Lions Club. Make the bill out for rental of the field, and I will personally pay for it, not the Lions Club. Thank you very much.
Nice job. Deb and Ed and everyone else who's here tonight to support you, I'm glad this happened. And I don't mean that in a negative sense, because I have to claim ignorance. I didn't know you did 90% of what you've done. And most people don't. And I'm glad you had the chance tonight to tell everybody what you do, because that's absolutely remarkable. You don't brag. You're behind the scenes. And we see you with your yellow vest on at certain events, but we don't know all these things that take place when you're not around. And that's fabulous. I, for one, have no issues with making the Lions Club exempt. I know you do a lot for the town. You've given a lot to the town, and you're going to give even more to the town. And the least we can do is show our appreciation that you do that. And Ed, I will personally say to you, if it doesn't pass this evening, I will help you with that $75. Mark, do you have anything you want to add?
So I'd like to thank you for educating me on all you do as well. I certainly know that Dayton Lions Club contributes a lot to the town, but I didn't know to what extent, so I appreciate you sharing that. I just kind of want to go back to where my comments started for the rental fees, and you know, when I look at Spratt Field and the bleachers and the concrete, it's eroding, and it, in my opinion, is a safety hazard and will become, I think it's dangerous. Someone could trip and fall, and it gets so much use. And I just think of all of the events that we have out there that use those bleachers, and if the town had charged a fee for it, whether it be $50 or $75 over the years, we'd have something saved up to fix those bleachers now because they need it. So I was looking at it in a business sense, and I wasn't looking at it in the view of the Dayton Lions. I was looking at it in the view as we have a problem, how do we fix it? So I agree with Selectman Karen that you guys certainly deserve that consideration. And I will say it's not on our agenda tonight, the fee schedule. It will be on a future agenda, but of course you deserve that consideration, yes.
I do have one comment, and now that you've told me, because I didn't know either, it's the maybe the Lions Club can help out with one of these. This may be a project for us. We don't know this. We haven't been approached, and maybe we can.
Right.
We're the ones that use it. We did put up the lights. We did put up the track. Maybe we can work with you. Absolutely. And we can talk sometime.
Sure.
Okay.
That would be great. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your efforts this evening. We certainly do. Okay. Again, go ahead, please.
Could the Dayton Historical Society speak, please?
Sure. You're coming up for, oh no, you were just here for the, okay, sure, go ahead.
My name is Irene Alley.
Yes.
I'm a member of the Dayton Historical Society. And we first learned about that there would be a fee charged for groups to use facilities. We are a nonprofit organization. Any monies that we raise stays in-house. We support the Winslow Davis House on William Street. And any of the monies that we raise, whether it be from the Strawberry Festival, which is outside, or the Queen Elizabeth presentation, which would be using the town hall because our facility is not big enough to hold a large group, that money goes into the society to pay for the upkeep of the Winslow Davis House, which is a historical building in this town. We have had a lot of expenses over the last couple of years, this year even more so, between the electricity being charged for the building. The house insurance went up quite a bit. We've had multiple repairs that we've had done to the house. We do go out and ask for grants. Sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. So then it comes back to us to try to fund that repair.
Right.
Right now, we do have an issue with the house. We have gone and requested a grant to have one wall of that house that faces going south on William Street that is bowing out. That house is an old colonial home. We've tried to keep updated with records, any items that the town's members feel that belongs in a historical society. And I'm just asking that you reconsider because we don't have a big budget. Our budget is very tight. We are looking at other fundraisers that we can try to at least keep the upkeep of the house. We have done a lot with the outside because a lot of it was falling apart. We have tried to keep the outside grounds clean and updated. And for us to spend a fee for a presentation for the townspeople, I feel would be a hardship to our group. And we are a very small group, and there's only a small number of us that frequently volunteer, and we have a lot of volunteers that do add to the plant sale, the Strawberry Festival, and any talks or programs that we have done here in the town hall building. So I'm just asking your consideration, because we are a small group. We do not take any money ourselves. A lot of us volunteer on the days that is open. And I just figured I would give you an update of what the Historical Society is about.
Sure.
I don't know whether Joanne has anything. She's also a member of the society. Our president and treasurer are away, so that's why I'm speaking.
That's okay. Great, thank you.
I don't have too much to add. Joanne Racine, 624 Middle Street, North Dayton. I've been a member for 44 years of the Dayton Historical Society. When I came to town, I bought an antique house and they wrote me in. And I have to say, for all those 44 years, the majority of the time that we spend is in fundraising because we have such a small group of members and we're all volunteers. And right now, most of us are seniors in our 70s. And, you know, it really is a hardship to have to pay to use facilities that we have used for free in the past. And again, you know, what we provide is a service to the town. You know, we do archive, you know, the records from the town, and it's a museum that we run, and it's open to the public usually one morning every other week. And it really is a service to the town. So I appreciate your consideration for being exempt.
And just to add to that, any monies that we do raise go back into that house and museum.
Yep.
It doesn't go anywhere else.
Looks remarkable from the outside. You guys have done an excellent job.
We've really had to look at trying to keep the upgrade and maintenance of the building,
Yeah.
the upgrade of the inside of the building, plus taking and, like she said, getting those items and trying to preserve the history of Dayton. So we would ask your consideration,
Sure.
please.
You have educated us this evening, or at least myself. I think we have to probably go back and address the nonprofit aspect of the fees. That I can guarantee you, we will look at it again, and certainly take what you've said this evening into consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hey, everyone, my name's Tony Rosario.
Yes.
From Taunton area Vietnam vets.
Yep.
I belong to the two great organizations. One of them's the Lions Club. That back there, I built
I know you did.
all of that. And I've been in the club for, 35 years. What Ed's done, it said I was there. My thing is, I'm representing the veterans.
Sure.
We do cruise nights, one a month, June, July, and August. And if it's a misty day, it's a wash, because these guys won't bring their cars out. In the organization, like every organization, we only got about 10, 15 guys active. And I'm the youngest one. I'm 72. All those guys, they have either Agent Orange or they're all messed up.
Wow.
And what we do is just for scholarships. And we have a hard time. I do barbecue, chicken barbecue, and that's the only two fundraisers that we do, for the scholarships. And we give scholarships, Dayton, Rehoboth, Aggie, and Bristol, and all the surrounding towns. But we have, through the years, we have, given scholarships in our locals. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not a good speaker. I mean, all of this, if you stand there, you can see all of this going on. It's a great, beautiful area for nonprofit, which we are also. Nonprofit organizations for families to come in, go on the playground. The adults can walk the track. They can play bocce. They can, everything. And we're just trying to help ends meet, as a organization, try to raise money for scholarships. So,
Sure.
I mean, a few years back, when I first started doing it, that was 15 years ago, the town was, have at it, not a problem. In the last 3 or 4 years, they made us get insurance, which I don't agree. Because all cars, all vehicles are insured in the state of Mass. So all those people with cars, they are insured, and heavily. So I don't, but that's another subject we can discuss, but
Sure.
it just, $75, yeah, probably is not much, but it's taken from us going to a scholarship.
Right.
That's my whole thing, and that's all I have to say about it. Like I said, I'm not a speaker, I'm
you
the
did a fine
bulldog,
job.
I'm the
Thank
worker,
you.
and these guys know it. But, yeah, I hate to see it, like I said, we only do it 3 times a year, and that's it.
Right.
They want me to do more, and I said, no, I'm getting too old for this baloney. So, yeah, it would be a crying shame
Sure.
if,
Okay.
if we have to.
Like I said, we're going to readdress the fees especially for nonprofit. We can't put an undue burden on the work that you guys do.
We all
That's
trying,
not fair.
the Little League, the Boys Club, any nonprofit, they're all trying to, the way, especially the way things are today, try to raise money or something. And I mean, this is great, nice place to have a party to, and this and that, to have a good time, to have families come and share, So, I mean, you start putting fees in, some of these nonprofit organizations, you have all this for nothing.
Right.
People ain't gonna be showing up,
Yeah.
so. That's all, I am in the same boat, yeah, we can exempt that, for future, I don't know how many more years we got left.
Sure. You got a lot of years left.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else at this time, before we move on?
So just so folks know where I stand on it, I would still like to see a fee, but I absolutely think there should be an exemption for nonprofits. I
Yep.
think that, as Selectman Karen said, you've all made a very compelling argument, and thank you for all you do, and especially for all you give back to our town. However, these facilities do cost money to maintain, so I would like to see I'd like to see us talk about in a future meeting, adding a fee structure with an exemption for nonprofits.
Great. All right, thank you for coming, guys.
Thank you.
You can stay for the rest of the show if you'd like. We're going to move on to new business. This is a...
Didn't you make a motion that they have specific events that have to be approved?
We approve them, and there was no fee to waive, so.
Yeah, it was set up front. This is moving on to new business. A review, discuss, and act. Fiscal year 2000...
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, just wait till they leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. This is a review, discuss, and act. Fiscal year 2026 annual town meeting warrant. Placement of the articles.
Okay. I gotta find it.
Yeah.
I think in the past, did we have, maybe I'm wrong, did we have all the articles kind of like the motions typed out by this point, or this is just to put them on the warrant?
This is
Next
this,
meeting.
The next meeting?
yeah,
Okay. So we can take it all collectively?
yes.
Okay.
Through the chair, I just want to
Sure.
point out a few things, is particularly Article 21 and Article 22. Article 21 is what the Selectman Pacheco brought up a few meetings ago, Chapter 43, Section 18B, the funding to explain the explanation of the vote. We have some dollar signs next to it, and right now we're narrowing it down. It looks like it's going to between mailing fees and town council fees, it's going to be about $6,000.
6,000?
Yeah, so a little less than what I had originally thought. And something else, Article 22, and just, again, something to think about as we move forward. The Heroes Act, specify percentage. If it is, if it's recommended and voted on at the town meeting to give the veterans 100%, I'm just pointing out to the board that would cost us an additional approximately $40,000 in our overlay. Again, to make you aware, if we're using the FinCom's numbers, our excess levy capacity would be down to 41,000, and if we use the BOS numbers, it would be down to about 31,000. So I just want to point that out to you, so you're aware moving forward when you think about the recommendations at the next meeting.
Okay. Great. Thank you. So in the budget, you put 50% for the...
Well, the article is for 100%.
Right.
So, unless directed otherwise,
Yep,
we have that number.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and that will be at our next meeting that we vote on in
The May 14th
May
is,
14th.
right, the May 14th meeting is the recommendations.
Thank you.
So we need to act on this. Or no, we don't, really.
Well, you could accept
Accept these articles
to
as
place the
written.
articles on the warrant, yeah.
Okay. Mark, you want to make a motion to do that?
I'll make a motion to approve Article 1 through 30 for the annual town meeting on June 9th, 2025, as presented.
I'm going to step down as chair and second that. So a motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Motion to table the facilities request for the Dayton Lions Family Fun Day.
I will step down and second that. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Junk dealer's license, review, discuss, and act. This is for Joseph Rosado on 180 Cobb Lane. All the necessary paperwork is in, the fees have been paid.
Through the chair, if I may, I'm a little nostalgic about this. I'll tell you why, because this was my first introduction into Dayton. The last time Mr. Frazato was before the board was on September 25th, the same day I accepted the position as town administrator. So I remember that. I remember that evening pretty well. I just want to point out to the board that knowing, especially being there that night, and knowing the history of this location, we are unaware of any other complaints that were issued against Mr. Frazato's business. We contact the police department and the fire department. So I just, I know that was a big question the last time, so I just wanted to present that to you.
When he was given that 2-week suspension, were there any violations during those 2 weeks? No?
No.
Okay. I don't see a reason not to give it to him, as much as the neighbors probably don't want that to happen, but if he's following the rules of the road, then I think we have to approve it.
I've received a complaint from the neighbor that he's
Did
still
you?
up to working outside of the hours, and I tend to believe the neighbor,
Sure.
unfortunately,
Okay.
for Mr. Frazato. So at this time, I wouldn't support
You wouldn't support it? Okay.
a junk dealer's license for him.
Okay, so this is a review, discuss, and act. So is there a motion on the floor at this time?
I'll make a motion to deny the junk dealer's license as presented.
Well, I think if you just don't make a motion, then it denies automatically, right?
If I would say it's kind of funny. Well, yeah, if you say vote to approve and it's a split vote, then it's denied. So, and, as I explained earlier, when there's two of you, tie vote is a denial,
Right.
and you could either let it stand as a denial or move it when there are three voting members present.
Okay. So you're making a motion to deny? Or you withdrawing it and just not making?
No
a
motion.
Okay, so hearing no motion, it does not pass. You want to send him a letter, Karen, saying that the past history of his violations in the town has caused the selectmen to take his license away? Thank you. This is a review, discuss, and act donation from Mechanics Bank to the fire and police departments.
This is a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the police department and the fire department a few weeks ago noticed they were having some difficulty with their communications. Apparently, there was a break in communication between the water towers, which could only be fixed with new microwave antennas. The initial cost of that was approximately $7,000 to $8,000. Deputy Chief Ryan was looking into it, and the tariffs kicked into place, so it went up to about $15,000. And we were trying to figure out a way how to pay for it. Do we do a reserve fund transfer or something to that effect? Because we know the importance of communications for our first responders. A member of the fire department reached out to Mechanics Bank, and the president of the bank, Joe Baptista, graciously said they'll take care of it. So we're just looking to accept the donation, and we will be reaching out to Mr. Baptista to show our appreciation. We'll go there and we'll let the selectmen know when we do that.
That's great, thank you.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. So Mark, is there a motion, please?
To accept, I'll make a motion to accept the donation from Mechanics Bank to the fire and police departments with thanks and appreciation.
And I'll step down as chair and second that. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Could we send them a thank you letter from the Board of Selectmen as well?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
E, review, discuss, and act a letter of commendation for Ariana Baptista for becoming an Eagle Scout. I understand she did some work here in Dayton.
Her Eagle project was in Taunton, but the troop that she belongs to, the All Girls Troop, is a Dayton Taunton troop.
Okay.
So it's pretty commendable. I think she, aside from being an Eagle Scout, she's going for the highest rank in Girl Scout as well. Underachiever, I hate her.
Yeah. Just an Eagle Scout is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That alone.
Yeah.
That alone is quite commendable.
Wow, cool. Okay. This is a review, discuss, and act, Mark, so we need a motion to send her a letter.
I'll make a motion to send a letter of commendation to Ariana Batista.
I'll step down as chair and second that. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. F, review, discuss, and act award for a bid for a ceremony for cemetery lawn maintenance. This is going to Dream Builders, 2350 Cedar Street, Dayton.
Yep, they, just the board that, no, it's beyond my capacity to sign it, but if you, to give me authority to sign the contract. Dream Builders had been our, they have been doing this cemetery lawn maintenance for us, and they've been doing a good job. Unfortunately, they came in as the lowest bidder. And also, you know, in a little bit, we're catching a few breaks for fiscal year '26, and one of them is this. We last year they charged us $32,000, and this year they're charging us $28,000 going into fiscal year '26. So get them while we can, you know.
Any particular reason why the price went down? Or don't ask.
I don't know. He does a good job. Tom is very happy with it, and you know, we tell everyone to bid accordingly.
Sure.
You know, so
Great. Thank you.
probably from efficiencies from doing it for 3 years, he knows. You know,
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased that he bid on it again and is the low bidder, so that's fantastic. I'll make a motion to award the bid of cemetery lawn maintenance to Dream Builders, 2350 Cedar Street.
I'll step down as chair and second that. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This is G, review, discuss, and act. Request to appoint Thomas Ferry, Highway Superintendent, to the Joint Transportation Planning Group, JTPG.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion made, and I'll step down as chair and second that. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. H, again, a review, discuss, and act. Request to appoint Ralph Vitaco, Town Administrator, as alternate to the Joint Transportation Planning Group.
Do you really want it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice. All right,
It's during the day.
Okay.
And Tom's there. I like to see Tom.
perfect. All right, I'll put that in the form of a motion as well.
Okay, motion made, and I'll step down as chair and second that. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Request to reappoint Jeff Cavallo, Planning Board Chairman, as designee to the Serpent Southeastern Regional Planning and Economic Development District, representing both the Planning Board and the Board of Selectmen.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. We're still down one person, right, for that?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
For Serpent. Is that posted on our website?
I will double check. I
Can we-
believe it
Okay,
is, yeah.
Thank you.
Review, discuss, and act. This is J, appointment of municipal representative for the Dayton Rehoboth Teachers Union negotiations.
Just through the chair, just for discussion purposes, Selectman George Solas from Rehoboth had stepped up. If it is the determination of the board to put someone forward too, I'll reach out to Dayton DR and see what we need to do.
Okay. Yes, Lenny?
Traditionally, that position is alternated from town to town.
Okay.
Last year, it was George. This year, it's Dayton's.
Oh, I remember that, when, a couple of years ago, we did that.
I was,
Right.
and then George was.
Yeah.
When you did it, what was the time commitment?
One meeting.
One meeting a month?
No,
One meeting?
one meeting
Oh,
to vote on the contract.
oh, okay. Because I had reached out to our town administrator about it. I was thinking, and I reached out to the superintendent of DR. I was thinking it was every other Wednesday, so.
Wow.
I would be interested in representing it. That's music to my ears. I thought it was gonna be twice a month. So,
I mean, I was only invited to one meeting, the final meeting.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
ratify it for the vote.
Okay.
And that's how it was in BP too, when I was the designee for that too.
oh, fantastic. Would you support if I was, if we put my name up to see if they're interested?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll make that motion to appoint Mark Pacheco as the representative from the town of Dayton for the teachers' union negotiations.
I'll step down in second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I will reach out to Dayton. We're hoping to see what we have to do, just to make sure it's all copacetic.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Lenny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. This is a review, discuss, and act, Council on Aging surplus disposable items, 83 placemats and 2 wooden tables.
Motion to approve the surplus request as presented.
Motion made. I'll step down as chair in second. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the warrants.
Hold on, I don't know where I put them.
Sure.
Oh, here we go. I'd like to make a motion to pay the warrants by April 17, 2025, 42A-25 for $122,011.87, 42B-25 for $156,211.57, 42C-25 for $3,016.82, warrants paid by April 24th, 2025, 43A-25 for $138,199.33, and 43B-25 for $63,565.49.
I'll step down as chair and second that. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're moving up to correspondence. We have a letter, or 3 letters from the Chief, Christopher McGee, the fire chief, regarding 3 new personnel effective April 1st for Matthew Pavo, April 20th for Scott Fournier, and May 1st for Shane Delaney. These are, I guess, people that he would like to appoint to members of the ranks.
Welcome.
Definitely.
Do we need a motion just to
as
place on
a-
file, or no?
No,
Okay.
just, it's an information.
All righty.
Okay. There are no minutes to approve tonight. Last public input. Anyone? Sure.
Approach the podium.
Yes, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. Since I voice it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
So as you know, we try to do the recording of the Veterans Day holiday, Memorial Day, and the other one in November. Being the anniversary for the country, I was thinking if we put the flags on the flagpole for this coming year, I think it'd mean a lot. I went up to Lexington, short story. Don't ask me why I went up there, but my wife said I'll go, so we left the house at 2 in the morning, went up there for the reenactment. So I had my little Dayton cable hat on, so I told my wife, I'll get in with this. Going there, CNN's there, ABC, Channel 12. I say,
cool.
where are you from? And so basically, it was really crowded. There was a lot of people there, and I was quite moved by it. You know, like one of the first battles with the British, going through Concord.
Wow.
And we had to watch it on maybe a train, you call it? Am I using the proper word? Because there was so many people around the the exercise what they're doing, firing the muskets and.
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
Yeah, you couldn't see it because the crowd was probably like maybe 5-6 feet out easy. So they had a tram. We had to watch it from there.
Oh, cool.
But it was still kind of nice to see kids out there, young families, knowing what it really means to get our independence and everything.
Yeah.
So I was quite moved by by going up. Even though I came back empty-handed, I was like, oh well, we still went up there.
Sure.
But I appreciate if we can do the flags. It'd be great.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one quick item. Leonard Hull, 760 Main Street. I heard a discussion this evening about liability insurance for the events. And you might want to touch base with your insurance carrier, because in the history of charging the insurance was the town, it's on town property. If something happens, the town, like everyone else, the deep pocket theory, is going to get sued as well. You might want to touch base with your insurance carrier to make sure that there's no additional cost to the town if you should waive the fees for protection or
Wait, the
coverage.
$75 fee or?
Well, no,
The
the
insurance.
insurance.
I don't think we have any intentions of doing that at this stage, do we?
Well, no,
Yeah.
okay, but I just wanted to
Sure.
mention that, as something to check with the insurance carrier. If you don't require those people to carry insurance, does that add additional liability to the town?
Right.
And as a result, an additional expense?
Sure.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else for public input?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll step down and second that. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.